Right, so we got a couple of quests here. At least here for now. Raging fire, flowing water. We're resting up in the town. I ran into Shanwa and Keelik. Shanwa was keen for us to stay in the same inn, but I could sense she was hiding something. Sure, let me just wait in this rolling pin and... Is that you, Colton? Hey! Over here! Voice called to me from the throes of people. When I looked around, I saw Shanwa leaning out of an inn window, waving at me. I could see Keelik by her side, too. Shanwa shouting to me the entire way. I entered the building. When I sat down, she immediately leaned over the table. I can't believe we ran into each other. I can't believe we ran into each other. Stay with us. Let's catch up. Shanwa explained that Keelik was toppling her back to her home in Beijing. I promised to once I fulfilled the purpose of my journey, and so now we return. We're staying in the same rooms upstairs for the night. Oh, I know. Why don't you just stay here too, Colton? It's getting late after all, and there's so much to talk about. Come on, how about it? Well, it wasn't like I had plans to stay elsewhere, so I accepted. That check? Okay. Early the next morning, I heard a knock at the door to my room. Colton, are you awake? I know it's early, but I have something I need to ask you. Shanwa told me to follow her, so I walked towards the edge of town. I have a fight today I must win, no matter what, so I want you to be my last sparring partner, Colton. Normally I'd ask Keelik, but I can't this time. Please say you do it. But that was why Shanwa wanted me to say it at the end last night. I could hardly refuse her request, so I readied my weapon. Thanks! Okay, let's do this! Okay.
Battle 1. Fight!
Ready? Let him. What? Let's go.
There we go.
You can't
Battle
that.
2. Fight!
Block this. How's that?
Apparently I'm Captain America now, but with a rolling pin and a basket. Rolling pin for a sword, basket for a shield. You really are good, Colton. That was exactly what I was after. Maybe managed to think of a new trick I could try. Back at the inn, as I was preparing to leave, Keelik and Shanwa came over to see me and told me they were heading off too. We had been walking along the road together for a ways when Shanwa suddenly stopped and turned towards Keelik. Okay, Keelik, it's time for our fight. Then we're going to decide what our next pact is. We're doing this now? Yep, Colton's here, right? That means we have a witness. This must be the fight she has to win. Keelik slowly nodded his expression one of concern. Very well, but I warn you, I won't hold back. The battle between the two warriors began. The weapons struck at each other with blinding speed, sending sparks flying with every blow. Stark parried riposte, They fought like two dances, each in tune with the other's movements. As the fight went on, Keelik began to gain the upper hand. Perhaps sensing her disadvantage, Xianghua lunged forward with a desperate thrust. Ha! Keelik seemed to read her movements and deftly parried her strike. He raised his step to deliver a telling counter-strike, and suddenly he stopped. What? This is where I win. Xianghua unleashed an arcing slash at Keelik's midriff. He began to regain his balance in time to block, but it seemed to be too late. In a flash, Keelik landed with a blow on Xianghua that sent her flying. Oops. Xianghua, I'm so sorry, are you okay? Ow! Luckily, my sword took most of the impact, if it hadn't though. It sounds as though she had managed to block just in time. Even though she lost, her skill still amazed me. Rats. And I'd get them up early to practice too. Keelik helped Xianghua up to her feet, and dusted herself off. That last strike of yours, I hate to admit, but that was amazing. Usually when we fight, it feels like you're holding back, but when you hit me with that last move, it felt real. I guess I'm pleased about that at least. Xianghua. Thanks for acting with this, Golden, and for the sparring match too, of course. Something still bothers me about the fight. You want to know why I stopped before that final exchange? Well, Oh, I can explain that, see? I cheated a little. Looking slightly ashamed of herself, Xianghua held over her hand to feel a reflection of ritual. She used it to reflect the light in Keelik's eyes. Here. Truth is, Keelik gave this to me. Oh, that's not the main story. I wonder if the show was able to calculate the exact angle with which to position the tool to aim sunlight at the moving target so quickly, and during such an intense bout no less, was mind-boggling to me, even if she had planned to do so in advance. Hey, why Keelik? So you get to decide the next path we make, once we get home anyway. Very well, Xianghua. I had no idea what their pact would be, but I had no doubt they would keep it. And looks like that's about it for Xianghua, I guess. Yeah. Gotta double check something. Okay. Okay. Justice for whom? Escort job. Merchant set me up with a job as going a later noble birth. Things seem to be pretty going well, and now trade through forest was nearing sand, but our troubles had only just begun. Sorry, I had a little bit of trouble picking what to use for this fight. Yeah, let's go to seafoods for now. What's the harm? The sound of hooves, a creaking carriage, and the footsteps of guards echoed through the night forest. Oops. My status as a guard, a job a merchant has set me up with, would end when we were through the forest. We had set off at sunset, but we were set to arrive later that night. An elderly attendant began speaking to the lady inside the carriage. Not much further now, my lady. Our escort from the Yen household should be waiting for us just beyond there. The dangers of this forest worry me more than the length of the journey. Only take your time and be on your guard. Certainly, my lady. Roughly halfway through the forest, I spotted two figures on the road ahead. Most likely travelers. One seemed to be injured, and the other was tending to her foot. Under the orders of the old lieutenant, one of the guards approached the pair. Excuse me. We're unfamiliar with this road, and my wife here and tried to sprain her ankle. We'll move aside, but I beg your assistance. Ryan glanced past me and set his gaze on the carriage. That carriage. And it wouldn't happen to belong to the Lane family, would it? Yes, it. Before the guard could finish, he let out an agonizing groan and fell to the ground. The man slowly rose to his feet, and I readied my weapon. I hope I never had to wait that long again. I was bored out of my mind. The man raised his fingers to his mouth and whistled. Roughly dressed men detached themselves from the shadows around us. And didn't look friendly. I have no beef with you personally, but our pitch went well. Let's just say that they see a union between the Leon and Yang families that's a little distasteful. Just think of our meeting here as fate. No pointing, no resisting, just relax, accept it, and die.
Fight! Fear!
That was easy.
Fight!
Just I won't let up!
Fight!
Man, because I hit N, but I won either way. No, well. I won anyway. The last enemy taken care of, I surveyed the scene. Only the old lieutenant stumped on the ground and a well-dressed young woman remained. Behold your own well. The woman we were supposed to have been garnished sheathed her sword. On her feet lay the bodies of assassins she cut down herself. Lady Lingyu, are you hurt? Hey, she's from Zhonghwa's Chronicle. Neat. The old lieutenant crawled toward his mistress. Why must you always insist on participating in fights yourself? I'm fine, but I cannot say the same for these noble guards who failed to defend me. I wish they had never got mixed up in all this. Now, the horse fled during the fight, so the carriage is useless. It's not too much further, so let's get to walking. The woman named Lingyu looked at me. I see the only one left. Would you mind accompanying me to the end of my journey? Once I accepted the job, I always saw it through. I nodded, and we set off. Guard, you are supposed to see a noble lady who knows how to use the blade? Are you? I messed that up. I told her, she reminded me someone I once met, a young lady of the Ming Empire named Shenhua, who was highly skilled in martial arts. You know Shenhua? She's very talented, isn't she? Next day that I beat Shenhua in the fight, then you put her talent for her forehead and moaned in an exaggerated manner. She never changes. I bet she's slacking off on her training, and I'll tell you look away from her for a minute, she's always, somewhere daydreaming. I do worry about her, though. We continued talking about Shenhua as we made our way through the forest, though we were careful not to let our guard down. Eventually, we reached the other side. There was the Yang household who had come to meet us. He explained what happened, and I bid Liu and her attendant farewell. So, how about you try your hand against me next time we meet? I'd love to see the look on Shenhua's face when I tell you I beat you. But that Liu soared off, never looking back.
Your soul surges in your body.
Nice, nice. I visited Ling Yu's home at her behest, and when I left, I found her at the cemetery where her family rested. She spoke friendly of them. Then she requested we sparred so she could prepare for her test to join the Emperor's Guard. Yeah, that is definitely her. Might as well be fitting since I would go with Shonwa's weapon. Why not? Oh, that's Amy's weapon. The direction I had led me to the top of a small hill on the family's land. There I saw Ling Yu, her back to me, gazing down upon frosty dark flames. Without turning, she spoke. My parents are sleeping rest here. My grandfather and I are the only ones left, so it's up to me to support the household. Ooh, excuse me. That's why I had to pass the next test and make it to the Emperor's Guard. Ling Yu turned towards me. It's been some time, Guard, or should I say Koden. Thank you for coming. Now allow me to cut to the chase. Do you remember what I said to you when we last met? You wanted to pick me up and brag about it to Shenhua. I did say that, didn't I? Of course, I need to beat you to boast. For the time being, just a sparring lesson session will be nice. It'll be practice my test to the Emperor's Guard. I carry the honor of my family, so I must prove to all the world I have the skills and spirit to be among the best. You are at least as good as a warrior as Shenhua, so duel with you will go right off my practice nicely. How about it? I nodded. Ling Yu responded with a gracious bow, then drew his sword. I thank you. Now let the fight begin. There we go. Oh!
Battle 1. Fight!
Oh, so you...
KO!
Understand now?
Battle 2. Fight!
Get ready! Let's go!
Oh, shit!
Wide open!
Oh shit! Oh no 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 no! Oh no! Oh.
KO!
That was close.
Battle 3. Fight!
Okay.
Predictable. Watch this.
Oh shit!
I'm going all out.
KO!
Whoop! Phew! You really are skilled. If I had your strength, perhaps I would have the determination to remain true to justice, not let my emotions get the better of me. When I asked her what she meant, she looked off into the distance. Can't speak English, frowning slightly. A group of awful people held a grudge against my grandfather. They were the ones who killed my family. I despise evil with every fiber of my being. I hate your fate as an obsession that consumes me. I believe that dedicating my life to choice is a noble pursuit, but to live harboring such hate in my heart is to dishonor the Leon name. Ling Yu fell silent, her eyes settling on a grave smaller than the rest. Shenhua, I see my younger sister. Lexia. No matter how severe the training, no matter how close she was to tears, she never once complained. Shenhua can be crybaby sometimes, so I can be a little too protective for her. Ling Yu, looked at me with a divine smile. Don't tell Shenhua what I just said, okay? It's a secret. Anyway, enough talking for now. I'm ready for another round. She held up her sword, her face determined in pride and resolve. The honor of her family rested on her shoulders, and she would do them proud. Alright, that's about it for this part. Oh, okay. I know that. Okay. This is gonna be a while. Okay. I'm gonna go with Geralt. Okay. I read about this on online, so I'm just gonna send in my strongest mercenary. Oh shit! Fuck! Alright, needed this. Fuck. I was on my way to see the Edgemaster to thank him for everything he had done for me a while, when I ran into a familiar face, Keelik. As he'd seen Shenhua back home, he had returned to the Master Swordman's cave. I experienced many things in my journey, but in the end, I was able to fulfill my duty, but my true training has only just begun. Kodak, I sense that you, too, have changed since our last meeting, that you have overcome some great obstacle. Keelik looked at me, his eyes strong and sincere. Would you like to do the honor of dueling me once more? Too bad. I hope to cleanse what it is that you fought and overcome. I nodded, and Keelik smiled. Thank you. I will do my best to make it an interesting fight. I'm gonna... Keelik's appearance was wild rough, but something about him began to feel different. Holy, almost. His breathing steadied, his eyes slowly opened, and he readied his staff. Get the beating pulse of my soul. Yep. Fuck. Oh boy. I'm just gonna keep on throwing mercenaries at him, but don't. Fuck.
Battle 1. Fight!
Brilliant! On your knees! Elegance!
Ring out!
Sometimes why I've been bothered.
Battle 1. Fight!
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
See! See ya! See! Be gone! See ya! Be gone!
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Wide open!
Nice!
I'm ready!
Shit!
Ring out!
Ah, fuck.
Battle 2. Fight!
Let's go!
See ya! Can you handle this? See ya! Be gone! Devil house! See ya! Be gone! Be gone! See ya!
Let's go!
See ya! Can you handle this? See ya!
Shit. This is gonna take a while,
Battle
I just know
3.
it.
Fight!
See ya! Whoa! Hiya! Tonya! Be gone! Tonya! See! Can you handle this? Start coming out! See ya! Could this be?
Let's go!
Forgive me!
Ring out!
Just gotta push him to the...
Battle 4. Fight!
Come on! Damn!
Let's go!
Oh shit.
Let's go!
See ya! Crush!
Ring out!
I can sense
Final
your
battle.
movements.
Fight!
Stay down! See ya!
Shit.
See ya! What?
Let's go! Let's go!
Now!
Oh my!
Shit.
See ya!
Oh my!
Tonya!
Shit. No.
Could this be? What?
Stay!
Willpower!
Let's go!
See!
Let's go! Let's go!
See ya!
Shit.
Let's go! Let's go!
What's wrong with my guard? See ya! See ya!
No.
See ya!
Damn it. I was this close.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
I can try again. Oh my god, my hands were shaking.
Battle 1. Fight!
Whoa! Start coming! See!
Shit.
Hiya! See ya! See ya! See ya!
Sometimes why even bother?
Battle 1. Fight!
Let's go! Let's go! Oh my!
Tonya!
Let's go!
Come on!
Let's go! Let's go!
Tonya!
Let's go!
Whoa! Willpower! See! See! Damn!
Let's go!
Holy crap!
Battle 2. Fight! Ring out!
I feel my
Battle
spirit
3.
surging!
Fight! Ring out!
Okay. Oh, thinking about it, I should have gone with Astro's little drag my opponent across the arena. How many times our weapon clashed, I cannot remember. When we finally ended a duel, the western sky was red with the setting sun. We punched each other in silence and with a firm grip, shook hands. Coden, my story is long, but I ask you that you listen to it until the end. Keeler began to tell me of his past, choosing his words slowly and deliberately. He told me how evil had taken control of him in the night of the evil seed, how his sister and the woman he loved saved him from the dark forces that held his mind, how they had lost their lives in the process, and he told me of his days training with Edgemaster. I cursed myself and my fate for so long. I questioned the very meaning of my life. But on my journey, I learned to face myself. The people I met taught me so much. Many entrusted their hopes to me. Perhaps I'm still too young, too inexperienced to understand my reason for being. However, take this card with your own hands. I want to live. For the people who place their hopes in me, and for those I need to protect. Keeler gazed at the setting sun, his eyes reflecting on the warm orange light. What do you see? Perhaps the face of someone dear to him. Keeler turned his head to look at me once more. Coden, never lose my way again, please. I want you to be the one who sets me back on the right path. No more words were necessary. I shook his hands and nodded once. Keeler nodded back. Sunset and the harsh outline of the Himalayas was soon illuminated by the silvery light of the rising moon. I got the sense that the sky and the stars were smiling upon a man who had finally finished one of my many journeys. Yeah, we're worth the gold. Wait. Always gotta double check. Find scoundrels again. Find scoundrels. Bounty for scoundrels. Jesus Christ, how many of these things are there? Okay, let's try that. No ambushes. Nice. In the dark corners of a mountain thick of trees, two warriors stood battle. In a flash, the warrior with the enshrined sword struck at its point. The victor's name was Nightmare. Dun dun dun! According to Cassandra, because I kind of like her style. Takes some getting used to, but yeah. sensing someone linked to the swords, I made my way towards the distant mountains, hearing the sounds of battle. I crept forward carefully until I saw two warriors engaged in battle. Ugh. I'm just not going to do with the sounds because that sounds really weird. Or not. A man holding a gigantic sword cut down to the point. A swordsman in red armor. A giant sword. Sorry, in red armor. The victor stared down at his fallen forward with a dark look on his face. Damn you to hell, nightmare. Cursing his kill with his final breath, the man in red armor passed away. The surviving swordsman toward where I had concealed myself, his massive sword at the ready. You there! It's no use hiding. Show yourself. I stepped into the open and approached the man, explaining that I had wished to fight him to attain the power I needed to prevent a great disaster. He responded with a frown. Prevent a disaster? What sort of... Wait. I sense you have a connection to the sword. No. It's more than that. Very well. I will see for myself where the strange power I sense from you is. Let the fight begin. Are there any, like, special conditions, or... Should have read the thing. Oh well. It'll pop up. If there is any condition.
Battle 1. Fight!
Stay back.
Yeah!
Face death.
Let's go! Just be sure!
Not again!
KO! Battle 2. Fight!
Sorry.
Looks like
Battle
I have no choice.
3. Fight!
Tough enough! Get ready!
Oh, nice. Hey, I avoided your item. I have a rolling pin and a basket. The fight with the man awakened memories of a deadly battle for control of Soul Edge. Okay. The man stopped and lowered his sword, lifting his hand to his head as if dizzy. Why do my memories haunt me again? Did you get what you came for? Soul Edge must be suppressed. I asked the man why his opponent called him Nightmare. Because that is who I am. I have to seal away Soul Edge, even if that means I must pay for my sins for all eternity. Without another word, the man turned his back to me and stormed off into the forest. I called for him to stop, but he ignored me.
Your soul surges in your body.
Oh! Oh shit! Oh, nice! Finally moving things forward, I guess. During my travels, I had encountered a man who wielded a giant sword. I wonder if he was the Siegfried fellow Celia and Lando had spoken of. I was musing over this when I overheard someone mention that swordsman was camped not too far away from the village, in which I was staying. I asked where exactly Shorts went and set up camp, then hurried over. When I arrived, I was greeted by two familiar faces. Golden, it's been a while. I did expect to run into you here. So what brings you around these parts? Finally ready to become a member of Shortswind? Celia had an air of comments around her now, while Landio had seemed to grow into a veteran mercenary. After exchanging pleasantries and learning of recent happenings in their lives, I told them of my encounter with a man who I thought might be Siegfried. What? Where do you see him? What is he doing? Did you talk to him? Celia became flustered and bombarded me with questions, but Landio was able to calm her down. Easy, Celia. Coldness is going to tell us. The two listened intently as I told them my encounter with the man on my way toward Westminster Castle. He was carrying a large sword about the length of his body, and although he seemed fine when I spoke with him, he called himself Nightmare One and Off, seemingly tormented by something. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That's him. What the hell is that guy thinking? Where are his comrades? We're here to help. Actually, now that I think about it, he was never the type to open up to others. I guess he hasn't changed in that regard. Ugh. I can't take it anymore. Siegfried has always kept everything to himself. He probably has no idea how long we are waiting for him to return. That's it. But no more waiting. We're going to hunt him down and bring him back ourselves. Right, Landeo? Celia. Yeah, and once we find him, I'll be sure to give him a good smack upside the head. No, I'll be the one to smack him. I'm afraid you'll go too far and ruin that nice face of his. The two of them laughed and bumped fists. I sincerely hoped Siegfried would eventually realize how much these two cared for him. Wishing both of them well, I left their camp and continued on my journey. I think I may have changed the timeline. Yep. We're pretty much at the end game. Oh! Sosmel was waiting at the end of my training to deepen my connection with the two swords. Saying he wished to test my strength, he readied his weapon to attack. Alright. There we go. I traveled long and far and battled a number of skilled warriors by the time a messenger from Alpha found me. Natalie and Dion wanted me, so I set off without delay. Alpha has begun gathering forces near our Sorensburg castle. I glanced over my shoulder to see Sosmel staring at me intently. As always, he has simply appeared out of thin air. Your destiny has become closely entwined with the swords. What if your connection is strong enough to master the blades? I do not know. But you should be able to retrieve one from the astral chaos, temporarily at least. But before you do, with deadly signs, Sosmel ready his enormous blade. This is your final test. Show me your power. If you can claim one of the swords, you will die if you are unable to master it. Alright, let's do this.
Battle 1. Fight!
How useful is that? Destroy!
Understand.
Battle 2. Fight! Right!
Oh, I was used to so me doing that little swing thing.
Okay.
Understand now.
Battle your hope in shreds. Fight.
Oh shit.
Wide open.
Oof.
Destroy. Destroy.
You fight well.
Watch this. Destroy. No.
KO!
Good. Okay. You have promise. Whether you draw the spirit sword or the curved sword, you have but one chance to use it. Do not waste it. I parted with Zosmel. I made my way to meet Natalie and Dion. I was ready to summon one of the swords from the Astral Chaos. Our goal was clear. Defeat Aswell. When I arrived at the forest by our Swinsburg Castle, Dion and Natalie were just finishing their preparations. You made it just in time, Conan. Our allies are in position, and Alpha is about to launch its full-scale assault on the castle. Oh, honey. Our information tells us the ceremony will be held in a large chamber called the Hall of the Chosen. That is where Aswell must be. Aswell. I said asshole. Conan, you need not await our orders. Aswell is too powerful to defeat with mere stratagems or tricks. So when you see the opportunity to strike him down, take it. Win or lose, this will be our final battle with that madman. When you're ready, let us know. Oh. Hang on a second, I got some quests to do. Together, Lancelot and I were carried the tribute to the altar for the Hidden Village clan. But when we arrived, we encountered a little problem. A narrow had the flight wound through the darkness of the woods. We expected the will of the Hidden Village clan taken care of to cause no harm to plants, and trying tying back trees to create something little more than a game trail. Still, the most direct route to the closest large city has always been blocked by the forest. Though permission was granted to travel the road, its opening gave the settlement new life. I'm sorry, you were only hired to guard me, but I made you my porter too. Lyselda was very apologetic, but she was simply too clumsy to be trusted carrying anything. Oh, okay. When we arrived at the altar, Omid came out to meet us. He brought this month's tribute. You two again. But who are the fellows behind you? He spotted us? What? We were being followed? A group of armed men stepped out of the bush. These Lode seemed genuinely online, but their skill at stalking was crude to anyone with a bit of experience. We'll take that tribute. We know you're delivering a treasure to the Hidden Village. Treasure? Well, I cannot deny we think of it as such. Shut up and hand it over. Try to take it from me. I could not allow a member of the Hidden Village clan to come to harm, so I stepped between Omida and the brigades. Brigades. Yeah.
Fight!
ridiculously easy. No, this Lode, as I actually watched the would-be thieves run away. Maybe I should tell everyone that the tribute is sugar. It's quite cheap thanks to imports from the New World, so if they knew what it was, they wouldn't come after it. I am certain. The clan storytellers say that outsiders believe whatever they wish to believe. But people like that entering the forest must cause problems for you. Perhaps I was wrong about all this. Do not worry, in fact I have brought you a gift. These seeds are rich in oil and can be used for food or fuel. They do not grow well outside of the forest, but if you can manage to cultivate them, they should fetch a high price. I have never seen seeds like these. My deepest thanks, Sir Omid. Is merely a token of thanks for tribute and understanding. As I watched Leo speak with Omid, hands tightly gripping the seeds, I prayed that this symbol of their friendship would help the town prosper. We got another one on our hands.
Your soul surges in your body.
Ooh! Nice. Ah, Thomas needs my help again.
A warrior stands in your way.
It was worth using my meat, but Skate reduction? What is that? Oh god, I haven't used Mizuki's in a while. Alright, come on out, Raiden. You're gonna get your ass whipped, I just know it.
Shut up!
This is not what I expected.
Take this! Catch!
Yeah, might as well use them, I guess. I 120 hits.
Fight!
No escape! No escape!
Shit.
Get ready! No chance! This is it! Take! Just to be sure!
KO!
Nice. I've used Mizuki style in a while in this mode. Nice, nice. Oh, I get a little paranoid about this. Even in this a dissolute winter tundra, you can always count on Thomas to be in the fix and need of help. Yeah, of course he does. Ooh, nice. I'm taking that. I heard voices echoing across the windswept snow fields. Someone must be shouting loudly for them to travel this far. When I went to investigate, I came across a familiar face. Thomas the Merchant, surrounded by a group of armed men. Again. Look, I'm not trying to pony funny business. My ship got stranded. Answer us. You're the one who sold weapons to the barbarians, aren't you? No, it's like I said, I was shipwrecked. Almost all my wares were lost at sea. If that's the case, then we'll just have to check your bags to be sure, huh? What the hell is this? A bride for those barbarians? Ah, that's something special I found for a good friend of mine. You can't have it. Idiot. You don't need your permission to take this, you know? You look like you're about to freeze to death. Why don't we put you out of your misery and... Huh? The armed man finally ignores me. What? Who's there? Please help me! We'll kill both of you, starting with her. Well, on the next one. I'm close to maxing out. Ah, fuck.
Get ready!
Really gotta be careful.
Fight!
Let's go! Yeah! Lights out! Why you?
I'm more worried about slipping off than them.
Fight!
Oh shit.
No escape! How careful! Get ready!
Oh god. Retreat! Retreat! The dogs hurriedly made their escape. Oh, dearest of friends who was you. Once again, you have come to my aid. You must be my guardian angel. It was pure chance that I ran into Thomas. However, it happened once too many times to be mere coincidence. Perhaps it was destiny? Oh yes, here you go, friend. It's one piece of trust I was able to salvage from my ship. Thomas handed me a bundle of the arm I tried to take from him. It was quite heavy. I had to go to great lengths to get my hands on that, but I really wanted you to have it. It's a symbol of our everlasting friendship. You know, this journey made me realize something. Hoping a new sea guard is a task far too grand for me to handle my own. That's why I'm going to return to the Netherlands. I will try my hand to persuade the government to fund my efforts to explore the Northeast Passage. Thomas' face was filled with uncharacteristic resolve. Perhaps this was he was actually taking this next endeavor seriously. But he was, if he was looking to sail the Northern Seas, I doubt I'll run into him anytime soon. Strangely enough, I realized that I might actually miss a chance in encounters. By the way, I have a request. Could you perhaps help me with my traveling expenses? As you can probably tell, I'm a little short on coin right now. Oh, thank God, because it would have been a highway fucking robbery. It would have been like a highway robbery, I tell ya. Doesn't look like, let's explore the... Nope. Oh shit! Haven't been there in a while. The Fire Prince, Lair from, Lan Wu. Sila Han had yet another request for me, but this was what was different. He wanted to convince Lan Wu, Lin Pei's guard, to join forces in the Five Rings. Okay. Cool. Oh, it's good to see you again. Oh, Ron beamed and waved me over to the table. As I sat down, he leaned forward. We wanted to talk about with you about Lin Pei. I worked at Kongwan for a time, so I'm aware of his troubles with the Jackal. I'd always thought he was alone, no family or anything. But apparently his bodyguard is actually his beloved daughter. Her name is Lan Wu, and she's an incredible fighter. She's always at Lin Pei's side, keeping him safe too. However, Ron says Lan Wu might not be his real daughter at all. I asked about the possibility of Lin Pei having a child in secret, or after Rion retired. The old man took out a few photo documents. Naturally, I investigated the matter. This is what came up. The papers detailed Lin Pei's life, but the final page was different. It was an account of a family attacked by bandits over a decade ago. Their parents were slain and their valuables were stolen, but the daughter went missing. It was possible that the girl was Lan Wu. She would have been just a child at the time, so it's hard to know if she would remember her parents. But if she's not Lin Pei's daughter, maybe she would work with us. What do you think, Coden? Yeah, I'm gonna pick that. To help stop the fighting, yes. After hearing this suggestion, Lin put the fortune pact between the two gangs. Phil Han nodded in agreement. Fine plan. Needless conflict does no one any good. I doubt Lin Pei will accept a proposal like that after all these years of bad blood. Don't worry, I have a plan. In any case, we need to separate Lian Wu from Lin Pei in order to talk to her, but they'll recognize who want to be in a heartbeat. That's where you come in. I agreed, but it was a risky task to undertake. I attacked Lin Pei just as he left to safety the seat. A sharp-eyed young woman was at his side, just as Steel Han said they would be. Who in the places are you? You dare attack my father in front of me? You will not get away. I exchanged blows with Lin Wu while slowly maneuvering her way from Lin Pei. After there was some distance between us and him, the woman shifted her stance and narrowed her eyes at me. You're luring me away from my father, are you? What are you after? Tell me now. Yeah, I'll tell you after I beat you up. Them's the rules. Sorry.
Battle 1. Fight!
Just be sure. Miss me. Done already. Done already. Done already. Done already. Done already. You can't win like that.
Battle 2. Fight!
Done already. Won't let up. Just be sure. Let's go. No escape.
Oh shit.
Done already. Let's go. Let's go. You're all. Watch this. Won't let up. Done already.
Oh, this is gonna take a while.
Won't. Watch this.
Oh shit.
You're all. Won't let up. Tough enough. already. That's it.
KO!
There we go. Ooh, almost still leveling up. So there's a consequence for this. You beat me. Kill me quickly. Kill you? I could never do such something so wasteful. You're such a beautiful blossom. You're Silhan. Oh, you do me honor by remembering me. How wonderful. So, would you be my wife? Play games with me and I will make you suffer. Please, think for a moment. If we are wed, the conflict between our organizations could no longer continue. I think we, as the people of our cities, will be the sigh of relief. Besides, we would suit each other well. Everyone wins and happy. Everyone lives happily ever after. Don't be ridiculous. Ridiculous. My father would never. He may be more interested than you believe. Please give him this letter. Farewell for now. Silhan waved goodbye to Lane Fu. As he watched her leave, I asked him what the letter said. This applied some of the things I know, including implicitly or explicitly a threat that Silhan would share this knowledge with Lin Wu if Lin Pei chose to decline the offer. I could feel that Silhan was very suppressing the mood's laugh. He was beginning to remind me of Han Wang. He seemed a little forced, but I felt that the two games would likely come to me before long. Nice. Enter the giant newcomer. Wait, giant newcomer? Some folks came over saying you told them about me, Coden. He kept calling you boss. What's the story behind all this? Well, they look a bit rough and do stand out, but they're good at the jobs. I registered them with the shop. If you have a job for them, feel free. Cool! I'm gonna check it out. See what's new. See what's that loads up. Sure. Sure. Always gotta check the side quests, like, from explorable areas. Trust me on this one. Search of Strength, Cannon for Scoundrels, Cannon for Scoundrels. Search of Strength. What's over there? Search of Strength. Cash Star, here we come. The day before the expedition, I went to visit Volta, but when I arrived... It was the day before the expedition. In my way to Volta's smithy and saw lavishly a great carriage waiting outside. Volta, if you drop out of the expedition now work under me, I'll treat you well. I recognize the talent and I'll give you more money than you could make here in this hovel. You want me to slavery for you? Making cheap rails? Keep driving, Yeshan. Aha! What a spirited lass. Volta noticed me approaching and she confronted her rifle. Coden, you came at just the right time. This is the myth I was talking about. Give it a good snack for me. Do you plan on making the same mistakes as your father, girl? Man accompanied by Soul Joseph appeared at the door. It seems the carriage belonged to him. Stop right here. You aren't welcome to in this shop, Hassan. Such insolence. You expect to speak to a royalty in such a manner? If you're royalty, then you should try acting like it. Does it seem that for a man such as Steve Leanish to try to rise a small time smith into dropping out of a contest? I'm glad you understand why I'm here. Do as I wish if you value your life. The party lost Asan, but that's... Be silent, Yashan. I'll make you rich, but I will not tolerate you talking back to me. Making rich and take a bit off the top of yourself, right? Are the rights from this bargain bit blacksmith enough for you anymore? That time was too freely. Men cut it out and nail it to the door. As some soldiers drew the weapons and I moved between them and Walter. A workshop is no place to fight. I had to force him outside. Ah man, my tongue. This would be easy enough.
Fight!
Wait.
Can you?
KO!
Nice! Just want to make sure.
Fight! KO!
Shit.
That's it. Come to me. That's it.
There we go. Nah, you'll pay for that. You insulted me gravely this day. I'll see that you meet the same fate as your father, girl. Then I have to make sure you don't talk. Bolter spoke in a quiet, dangerous tone that I had never heard from her before, and quicker than the eye could see, she thrust a nose under Son's nose. Ooh. Ugh. Wait, take it easy, Bolter. Laura-san, let us simply return home. Your son supported the mercenary captain as he led her away. If you're a real Smith, let your work do the talking. Bolter was alright for the moment, but I feared for her safety. Next day, Bolter and the other competitors gathered to hear the final results of the expedition. I hereby commission you to craft weapons for the army, and grant you this royal shield as a mark of your station. Bolter had become the royal smith for the kingdom's army. She had won back the shield with the crest of King Solid first, and with it, her family's honor. Yes, I did it, Coden. Actually, we did it. Bah, this cannot stand, Your Majesty. Those two threatened your son and drew arms against me, a member of the nobility. Such rogues cannot be trusted with crafting the weaponry that would defend this kingdom. Ah, Hassan, it's good you're here. I hear a most interesting rumor recently. You have been using your kingdom's mercenaries for private business, yes? What? A great deal of money is required to provide weapons for an army. Sadly, some may consider that it's a chance to profit for themselves. For example, people who use their mercenaries for personal gain. I've been watching you for the past few months, you know, and I'm aware of what occurred yesterday. So, son, do you have anything you'd like to add? Nothing at the moment then. In that case, I'll personally take command of your mercenaries. You have no more words, you can speak them before I touch. Guards, take me away. But your majesty, your son's former workshop was seized by royal order and became the royal smithy. There, the technique used to make Westwood swords was employed to create farm implements, and the region became famed for its metalwork. It seemed the king himself was far more skilled at intrigue than the hapless conspirators. Does that mean that
Your soul surges in your body.
Alright. Okay. Guess we're in the endgame now. Leaving my way through the battlefield, I at last arrived at the hall of the Chosen in on Strasbourg Castle. There, as well, stood waiting for me, eager to reveal the key ingredient he needed to make his plans a reality. My Strasbourg Castle was filled with the clash of clamor battle. Everywhere I looked, groups of outlaw soldiers fought desperately against the qualifiers. Before I knew it, I lost sight of Natalie and Dion in the fray. Oof, excuse me. As I made my way upstairs, the sounds of battle grew dim. Eventually, only the sound of my footsteps echoed through the silent halls. The Hall of the Chosen was just ahead. The Hall of the Chosen was nothing like I had imagined. Large gaps in the crumbling castle walls led in the silent, silvery night of the moon, illuminating it as well. He turned to face me as I entered, spreading his arms wide. That was very rude of you to keep me waiting, my friend. But I knew you would come. I looked around, but it was just the two of us. Relax, it's just the two of us. No one shouted to disturb us. The others had their hands full downstairs. But it is such a tragedy they are killing each other over this, is it not? It appeared the ceremony had yet begun. Amy Jack Fest. I readied my weapon, and Asward's grins broadened. My, how strong you have become. I knew it. You're perfect. For you to make it this far close shows how close to the gods you are. Seeing the puzzlement in my face, Asward sighed and waved his finger in disapproval. Think for a moment. What do we need to create the ultimate seed? Firstly, we take the power of the spirit and cursed swords. Then we mix in the energy of the heavens, today's celestial spectacle, and the energy of the earth, the ley lines. Even those fools of the Alpha organization would no doubt have figured that out, even without my research notes. However, that's not enough. Why? We can destroy a country or two, but that's boring. We're aiming to change the very real world, my dear. We are missing one key component. And once we like something to create an enormous wave of energy, something that can absorb power, amplify it, and lose it with exponentially greater force. In other words, you. To my surprise, Aswell pointed at me. The moment I laid my eyes on you, I knew you were the one. A human who was able to absorb the power of the astral fissures. A human who could even claim the power of the astral chaos. However, when we first met, you were still too weak for my needs, so I allowed you to live. Knowing you would become more powerful eventually. I bided my time until the day we would meet again. And here you are. Everything has slapped to this one perfect moment. Today, you and I are a part of a beautiful miracle. Aswell lifted his two swords menacingly. All that remains is to force the power of these blades to resonate with the power inside you. Chaotic energy and the might of these swords will intertwine, amplify, and burst forth. Then, and only then will they ultimately come into being and cleanse this world. Today, although you will most likely to die in the process, your death will not be in vain. You will be the stepping stone for humanity's great evolution. Oh, what a glorious, happy fate. Oh no, don't tell me You think to resist? Fret not. I'll give you pure efficacy, that I promise you. All I have to do now is impale you on these swords, and my plan will succeed. So come, let the finale commence.
Battle 1. Fight!
Let us guide the human race together! Stick with me!
Understand now?
Battle 2. Fight!
Stick with me! See? It's not over!
I just love when the sword like bounces like that. That's kind of nice.
Fight!
Oh, really? Right, you're on the second strike.
Why do you resist?
I'm going all out!
Why are you insist? Because you want to kill a lot of people for personal gain, basically. You want to be a god.
You have begun to change. I knew you would not disappoint. In that case, I shall have to show you the ace up my sleeve.
Oh shit.
I will not be defeated. Using you as the key, I will save the human race. I am so close, so very close to the moment my beloved humans shall be freed from their cruel fate. Let's be done with this.
Oh.
Will you stop me and emerge victorious? Or shall I claim victory and lead humanity to a new era? With all my might, I shall make you mine!
Well, shit. Well, time to get rid of evil Elon Musk, I guess. Then again, he does sound a bit. It does remind me a little bit of him. Heyo. I swear, these things pop up like cockroaches. As for unleash the power of the two swords, rubbing the very fabric of reality around us. This battle will likely prove to be our last. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough one. Alright, is there some sort of...
Battle 1. Fight!
So the old era has ended. A new age begins.
Just to be sure.
Become mine.
Shit!
How cathartic.
Just to be sure.
KO!
Understand now?
Battle 2. Fight!
Oh shit!
Just to be sure. Let's go.
Reason.
Just to be sure.
It's not
Let's go.
KO!
Understand now?
Yet
Battle
to reach my
3.
goal.
Fight!
Let's go. Just to be sure.
Such brilliance.
Watch this. I can
Nice!
Is that all?
Nice!
It's not over yet. I shall free humanity from the binds of fate.
Oh shit!
You are the one I sought.
Torrent of light consumed my body, and it began to slip into consciousness. It was finally time to die. I was ready to accept my fate, no longer afraid of the cold hand of death. The ultimacy was no more. I had played my part. Oh, that was bright. When I opened my eyes, I was in the ruins of the Osvarnsburg Castle. Our victory was a narrow one indeed, but Aswar's gains have come to nothing. Salzman was standing by my side, and a hush silence surrounded us. I thanked him for everything he had done for me, and asked what he would do next. I shall continue to observe the world. I wish to see what the future that began today holds. Be proud, Coden. You not only saved yourself, but the world. I parted ways with Salzman at the castle, and soon ran into Dion and Natalie. Coden, we are ready to give up. We searched the castle but found no sign of you, Aswell, or any fragment of the speared sword. What happened? Were you able to defeat Aswell? I nodded and explained everything that had happened. Incredible. You have done a great deed today. We have seen no evidence of the ultimate seed on our end, though we are still investigating. I believe we can rest easy for now. Some of the Quarfire still remain, but we have cut off the serpent's head. It should be easy to take care of. Thank you. Thank you, Coden. We would like to continue working with you. If we discover any new information you could use, we will send a messenger. The location of the Astro Fisher, or, for example, our grow. Now talking. You must go, Dion. Indeed, farewell, Coda. Thank you again for all you have done. As my journey came to an end, I reflect everything that had happened. Though I had started off fighting for my life, I never finally could protect the world. I thought about what I had achieved and where fate had led me. If I had fulfilled my purpose, what should I do next? I could not decide just yet. For now, I would rest. Ready myself for my next journey. Whew. Nice! Just be sure. No. Ooh. Nice.